Who decides where you work? Normally you do. People have the right to choose where and for whom they work, but not all the time. In some cases, a contract could handicap you. It's called a non-compete. Say you work for a company called X. They have asked you to sign a non-compete, so when you leave this job, your options are limited. It may prevent you from working for a competitor or starting a rival company or even working in the same region. It's a major flashpoint between workers and companies. Workers say it's unnecessary, but companies swear by it. So now American regulators have stepped in. That's the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission. They have banned non-compete agreements in the United States. This move was first proposed in January, and now it has been passed. So what will this ban change on the ground? It is retroactive in nature, so all existing non-competes will automatically be cancelled, and new ones, of course, are illegal. And is anyone exempt? Well, the FTC does not cover certain industries like non-profits, airlines, and some banks. So the order will not apply there. Plus, it will not include contracts signed by senior executives like your CEOs and CFOs. Other than that, everyone is included. And the workers are quite happy. All the trade and workers' unions have hailed this ban, but businesses are not happy. America's largest business lobby has already sued the FTC, the regulator. They say the regulator does not have this power, only the US Congress does. So the ban must be revoked. That's what businesses say. But forget the looming legal showdown. Focus on the motive behind this ban. It's high time employees got this right. Studies show that you spend 1/3 of your life at work, which is almost 90,000 hours on average for each person, 90,000 hours at work. So where you work impacts a lot of things, your mental health, your work-life balance, and your personal happiness. How can anyone limit or curb that choice? Also, don't forget the monetary benefits. Non-competes reduce your job opportunities. Over time, it can affect your income. In fact, the US regulator has published some numbers. Banning non-competes will increase earnings by $524. That's increase per year, more than $500. It could also unleash economic potential. A lot of entrepreneurs are limited by non-competes. They may have an excellent business idea, but the contract prevents them from starting it. Again, there are numbers. The American regulator says 8,500 new startups can be created every year by banning non-competes. So the economic potential is evident. Then why do companies support it? Why do they emphasize on non-competes? For starters, they stand to lose nothing. Just stick a non-compete within the contract agreement. Chances are most people will sign it, either out of fear or necessity, or even ignorance. So their attitude is, the company's attitude is, why not? But that's not the main reason. The main reason is to protect trade secrets. Employees may have access to important information, maybe an algorithm or a food recipe or a business tactic. What if employees reveal this secret to a rival? That is what most companies say. But there are two problems with this argument. Number one, how many employees actually have access to trade secrets? Maybe a handful or a dozen. But the non-competes are applied everywhere. Just take the US. Around 30 million workers are subject to non-competes. Do all of them have access to trade secrets? And if they do, it is not a secret anymore. And the second point, why not sign a non-disclosure agreement instead? This stops employees from sharing information, but it does not curb their right to work. So my point is quite simple. Non-competes are not a necessity. In some cases, they're not even legal. Take India, for example. Here, non-competes only apply during your job stint. Say, if you're working for company X, you cannot work for its rival at the same time, which is quite reasonable. But once you quit, you're free to join them. You quit one company and join another. The non-compete does not apply. The problem is, a lot of workers do not know this, especially freshers. Indian IT companies are notorious for such contracts. The likes of TCS, Infosys, Wipro, they make you sign them. So a ban alone may not be enough. Awareness is equally important, and this goes beyond just non-competes. As workers, you're entitled to a host of rights on working hours, on benefits, and on wages. It is important that you know about those rights, because don't expect companies to tell you about them.